You ever get the feeling you're being watched? You turn around and there they are. Your cat, sitting, staring, maybe even slowly blinking like they know something you don't. Or maybe they're not just watching. Maybe they're right behind you, tail in the air, matching your every step like a tiny furry shadow. To the kitchen, they're there. To the couch, right behind you. To the bathroom, no privacy for you. So what's the deal? Why does your cat follow you everywhere? Are they secretly obsessed with you? Are they plotting something? Or is there an even deeper reason behind this adorable yet slightly stalker-ish behavior? Well, it turns out there's a lot more going on in that little feline brain than you might think. Cats aren't just following you for fun. There are real instinctual and emotional reasons behind it, and some of them might surprise you. Let's break it down. Cats may seem like they're living the good life, lounging in sunbeams, knocking things off shelves, demanding food on their schedule, but deep down, they're still wired like the little hunters they were born to be. And in the wild, survival depends on staying aware of everything happening in their environment, including keeping tabs on their family. That's right. Even though your cat may act independent, they're actually social creatures in their own way. In the wild, kittens follow their mothers everywhere. It's how they learn, stay safe, and figure out the best places to hunt. And even adult cats form loose colonies where they stick close to familiar faces. So when your cat follows you around the house, they're doing what their instincts tell them, staying near their trusted companion. And let's not forget that cats are territorial. Your home is their domain, and as far as they're concerned, you are part of it. They might see you as the leader of their little pride, or maybe even as a giant, slightly clueless cat who needs supervision. Either way, they're not just following you, they're keeping an eye on their environment, making sure everything is as it should be. Of course, some cats take their guardian of the house role a little too seriously. Ever notice how they trot along behind you, stop when you stop, and even sit in doorways like little sentinels? That's not random. That's them keeping track of where you are, where you're going, and what's happening next. Because in their minds, if something interesting or dangerous is about to go down, they need to be right there to see it. Some people think cats are aloof, that they don't really care about their humans the way dogs do. But any cat owner who's ever been followed from room to room knows that's not true at all. Cats do form strong bonds with their people, just in their own, very cat-like way. In fact, research has shown that cats see their owners as a secure base, much like human babies do with their caregivers. That means your cat follows you not just out of habit, but because they feel safe with you. They trust you, and in their eyes, sticking close to you is just common sense. Some cats take this attachment to the next level. Certain breeds, like Siamese, Ragdolls, and Maine Coons, are naturally more affectionate and social, so if you've got a clingy kitty, their breed might be playing a role. But even if your cat isn't one of the famously needy types, they might still be following you because, well, they just like you. If your cat follows you and rubs against your legs, purrs when you're near, or insists on sitting next to you or on you, congratulations, you've officially been adopted. They're not just keeping an eye on you, they're showing affection in their own quiet, cat-like way. And let's be honest, most cats won't go out of their way to spend time with someone they don't like. If your cat follows you, they've chosen you. You're their person. And in the feline world, that's kind of a big deal. Let's be real. Sometimes, the reason your cat follows you everywhere is a lot simpler than you'd like to think. It's not always about deep emotional bonds or ancient instincts. Sometimes, it's just about food. Cats are very observant. If they've learned that following you to the kitchen leads to a tasty snack, they're going to keep doing it. And let's be honest, most of us have reinforced this behavior without even realizing it. Maybe you've given them a treat when they meowed at your feet, or maybe you tend to fill their bowl right after you get up in the morning. Either way, they've connected the dots. Follow the human, and good things happen. But it's not just about hunger. Even if they're not starving, your cat might still tail you around, hoping that persistence will pay off. They're opportunists. Why not see if you'll give in to their adorable or relentless demands? Some cats even develop a sort of internal clock. knowing exactly when it's mealtime. And they'll start following you before you even head toward the food bowl, just to make sure you don't forget. And let's not forget, the sound of a food bag crinkling, a can opening, or even just you heading toward the fridge is basically a cat's version of a dinner bell. If they've learned that your movements equals food, they're going to stick close, just in case. Because hey, you never know when an extra snack might be up for grabs. Cats are naturally curious creatures. If something is happening in their territory, they need to know about it. And what's the most interesting thing in their environment? You. It doesn't matter where you're going, to the couch, to the kitchen, to the bathroom. If you're on the move, your cat has questions. Where are you going? What are you doing? Is there something exciting happening without me? They can't risk missing out, so they follow you. Because, well, FOMO is real. This is especially true for rooms that are usually off limits, like closets, basements, or, let's be honest, the bathroom. The second you close a door, your cat goes into detective mode. They don't like not knowing what's happening on the other side. Is there a secret meeting? A hidden stash of treats? A whole new world they've never explored? Their only option? Follow you as far as they can. And if they get locked out, they'll definitely let you know how they feel about it. And then there's the classic case of the watchful observer. Sometimes your cat doesn't just want to know what you're up to, they want to supervise. Ever notice how they follow you into a room and then just sit there, staring? They're not trying to be creepy, probably. They're just keeping tabs on their favorite human, making sure everything is going as it should. Because in their eyes, if something is happening, they need to be in the loop. Most of the time, your cat following you everywhere is totally normal, just part of their instincts, their bond with you, or their curiosity. But in some cases, this behavior can be a sign of something more serious. If your cat is suddenly more clingy than usual, following you obsessively, or vocalizing a lot when you're out of sight, it could be a sign of separation anxiety. Some cats struggle with being alone, especially if they've been through a change, like a move, a new pet, or a change in your routine. You might also notice signs like excessive meowing, destructive behavior when you're gone, or refusing to eat unless you're nearby. If this sounds familiar, your cat might need extra enrichment, like puzzle toys, window perches, or even slow training to help them feel more independent. Another thing to watch for is sudden changes in behavior. If your cat has never been particularly clingy, but now won't leave your side, it could be a sign of an underlying health issue. Cats are masters at hiding discomfort, so if they're feeling unwell or in pain, they might stick closer to you for comfort. If they're also more lethargic, not eating as much, or acting differently in other ways, it's worth checking in with your vet. Bottom line, if your cat has always been your tiny shadow, they're probably just being their usual adorable and slightly nosy self. But if their behavior suddenly changes or seems extreme, it's always good to pay attention. Because as much as we love when our cats want to be near us, we also want to make sure they're happy and healthy. So if your cat follows you everywhere, chances are it's not just a random habit. It's a mix of instinct, attachment, curiosity, and, let's be honest, a little bit of food motivation. Whether they see you as their trusted companion, their personal snack dispenser, or just the most interesting thing in the house, one thing's for sure, you're important to them. And really, isn't that kind of sweet? Sure, it might feel a little stalker-ish when they're silently tailing you from room to room, but at the end of the day, it's their way of saying, hey, you're my person, and I like being near you. Now, we want to hear from you. Does your cat follow you everywhere? What's the funniest or weirdest place they've tried to follow you into? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more cat content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Clawsome.